Hamidagoyene, Emagiabi Wastokya Wichak Usa, Nokon Wichashta, Macha. I said, hello, my relative. My ceremonial name is Wisdom Giver. I'm a Nakota man. I've come from Fort Belknap.
When I was born Mark Elkshoulder. And my Indian name is Wandering Medicine. Maybe this is just the beginning of us exercising our rights to participate in this country as citizens.
When you look at the Montana voter file and you look at reservation voters, they don't even have addresses on there. They don't have street addresses. So people on reservations in Montana, the majority of them still don't have street addresses. You've got these kind of grid range things. And so we're trying to figure out how we could convert that into an address to look at distance, which was a waste of time because it didn't come out until much later when we got, under Freedom of Information Act request, some of the emails going backwards and forwards between the county election officers that a lot of the time, these county election officers just kind of put in a guesstimate to where they think the address is.
He started the meeting off with an insult to me personally. And that was just beyond me. And I realized after his insult that this is hostile territory. They got an armed sheriff sitting right across from me, just so tense that his face was ready to blow up, and he wouldn't say a word. He didn't greet us, he wouldn't shake our hands, nothing.
I don't like to say prejudice, but it's there. It's couched very well in the whole state of Montana. It's there.
A lot of the plaintiffs these were veterans. It wasn't until like the 70s that natives in Montana actually got the full rights to vote. Mark Wandering Medicine and Donovan Archambault had already served in the military by that time, and they couldn't have that proper right to vote while they were doing so. This is why the satellites are important. It's important to honor their sacrifices and to make sure that this right is there for the grandchildren.
It seemed like it's only yesterday that we became citizens of this country by law. And yet, I and the rest of the litigants in this case, the plaintiffs, were all veterans. We served this country. It was a change in time for the Cheyennes for the Cheyenne men to prove to be warriors.
Indian People's Action got involved in supporting this lawsuit because we feel that the Indian vote had been oppressed for so long.
Probably one of the most important rights that you have today. That is where your voice is going to be heard and where our voice collectively is going to be heard.
Especially for our upcoming generation. Never can tell. Might have more people in public offices. We don't know, but something that would be nice.
So anybody can walk into an election office with ID and meeting, the requirements for an absentee ballot, ask for an in-person absentee ballot, be given it, vote right there, turn around and walk out. So it's possible to both register to vote and vote in one visit to these satellites. So it's from now until just before Election Day. That's the period for early voting in Montana.
Beats the hell out of hitchhiking and catching a ride to the polling place. Make it pay. Make it pay for its existence, because we went to court and we sacrificed and suffered to bring this to you. So use it.
Without your vote, change is not going to happen.